You ever have an attractive woman suddenly go cold on you right when you think things are going well? That moment stings because you feel like you did something wrong but have no idea what. Most men miss this. Often, the colder she acts, the more she actually cares what happens next. As a woman, I've frozen guys out not because I didn't like them, but because I liked them too much. I was scared of being obvious, choosing the wrong man, getting hurt. In this video, I'm going to show you why that coldness happens, how to read it, and how to respond in a way that makes you stand out without chasing or shutting down. Before we get into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all our videos. 1. When she suddenly goes quiet the moment you give her your full attention. You're at a friend's birthday, loud music, people moving around, and you finally turn your body fully toward her. You put your phone away, you give her your eyes, and instead of lighting up, she suddenly goes blank. Short answers, looking down at her drink, almost like you've just made her uncomfortable. Most men assume, okay, she's not into me, and they back out of the moment fast. But often what's really happening is this. Your full attention just raised the emotional temperature, and she doesn't yet trust what you'll do with that power. Inside her head, it's, if he's really focused on me, I need to be careful what I give him to work with. The best move here isn't to overcompensate with jokes or to shrink away. You hold your relaxed posture, keep your tone light, and ask one grounded, specific question about something she mentioned earlier. That tells her you can handle intimacy without rushing it, and the cold usually starts to melt in the next few minutes. 2. When she acts formal in front of others but softer one-on-one. You've seen this at work or in your friend group. When other people are around, she calls you sir, teases you about being so professional, or keeps everything very surface level. She laughs freely with everyone else, but with you it's like she's suddenly on a job interview. Then you catch her alone in the hallway or waiting for an Uber, and the whole vibe changes. Her shoulders drop, her voice softens, she asks you real questions. Most men only pay attention to one of those versions and ignore the other, so they get completely confused. From our side, this split is usually about protection. Around others, she's managing how it looks. She doesn't want her friends thinking she's chasing you, she doesn't want workplace gossip, and she doesn't want to risk being the only one obviously invested if you're still undecided. Alone, she gives you closer to the truth. The key is not to accuse her of being fake. Instead, you calmly anchor the private version. You can say something like, I like this side of you more than the very official version. Say it with a smile, not as a challenge. You're giving her permission to bring the softer energy into group spaces at her own pace, and you're also showing that you notice nuance, which makes you feel safer to open up with you later. In a bit, we'll talk about what to do when she never lets the softer side appear at all. 3. When she pulls back right after a really good moment with you. You have that one night where everything just clicks. Maybe it's a late walk after dinner. Maybe you're sitting in your car outside her place and the conversation gets deep. You feel the energy rise. You see her leaning in. You say goodbye thinking, okay, this is finally going somewhere. Then the next day she is distant, slow replies, almost robotic. Most men either panic and flood her with reassurance, or they mirror the distance and pretend they don't care. What's often happening is something I call the emotional hangover. After a high, her brain wakes up and goes, wait, did I reveal too much? Did I read him wrong? If I keep this level of warmth, am I handing him all the power? So she slams on the brakes, not because the moment meant nothing, but because it meant a lot. Inside, she's quietly watching to see if your interest survives a little distance, or if you only lean in when everything feels effortless. Your move here is quietly decisive. You don't chase with long essays and you don't disappear. You send one grounded message that matches the reality you just shared. Hey, I really enjoyed last night. No rush on replies, just wanted you to know. Then you step back. If there was real admiration underneath the cold, that calm, steady presence pulls her back in far more than frantic checking ever could, and it sets up what we'll build on in a moment. Before the next one, tiny challenge for you. If you're choosing to be more aware than you were last year, comment aware below. It's a small move, but it marks you as someone on this path for real. 4. When she pretends not to notice you in places she knows you'll see her. You walk into your coffee shop and she's already there. You know she saw you, but she instantly grabs her phone and stares at the menu. You feel that sting, like she's ignoring you. Often, she is, but not to reject you. She's watching whether you can cross the room without needing a big invitation. Most men either stare at her or rush over awkwardly. A better move is calm and light. Order your drink, give a small smile, and as you pass, say, "You're pretending you didn't see me just then, huh?" in a playful tone. If she admires you, that line flips things. 5. When her messages turn short, exactly when yours start getting thoughtful. You finally stop sending dry one-liners and text her with more depth. You share something personal, you ask a real question, and suddenly her replies shrink to, haha, yeah, or a single emoji. You feel exposed and think, did I overshare and kill it? Have you noticed this happening right when you decide to be serious? Often she's startled that you just crossed from casual to meaningful. Most men either send longer texts or disappear. Instead, briefly match her shorter pace, then say, that went quiet. Did I get too real there? In a relaxed way. If she admires you, that honesty can open her back up. 6. When she treats you stricter than every other guy in the room. You're at a group dinner and you crack the same silly joke every other guy makes. With them, she laughs it off. With you, she frowns and says, you're better than that, or don't say things like that. You feel unfairly targeted and a little annoyed. Most men see this as nagging or disapproval. Often, it's admiration mixed with fear. She's mentally placed you higher than the rest, so your words land harder. Remember that emotional hangover we talked about earlier? This is the live version. When she secretly sees you as someone she could take seriously, anything that threatens that image hits her twice as strong. The worst move is to get defensive or sarcastic. Instead, hold eye contact, soften your tone, and say, you're right, that was lazy of me. Then follow with something more genuine or playful. You'll notice her energy shift almost immediately, because you've just proven you can handle gentle pressure without collapsing or attacking, and that quietly separates you from every other guy at the table. 7. When she overcorrects after realizing she flirted more than she meant to. Yesterday at the gym, you notice she's nudging you, asking about your weekend, lingering between sets. Today, she gives a tight smile, one-word replies, and suddenly has a lot to get through. You haven't changed, but she has replayed the whole interaction in her head. Part of her is thinking, did I look too keen? Did he earn that? Most men chase harder here to get yesterday's warmth, which makes her retreat. A better response is to accept today's cooler version without punishment. Keep your greeting light, lower your intensity, and let your consistency do the work. That steadiness lets her move toward the playful version later. 8. When she acts like you're a distraction from her serious life plans. You're walking with her after class or leaving the office and she launches into a speech about her goals. I'm focused on my career right now. I don't have time for dating. I'm on my grind. You hear the words and think, okay, she's not available, so you move yourself into the friend zone. Sometimes that's true, but often, especially when she keeps choosing to be around you while giving that speech, it's a shield. From our side, it can sound like, please don't play with me. If you're not serious, I'd rather shut this down myself. Most men either try to argue her out of her ambitions or back off. A smarter move is to respect what she's saying while lightly separating yourself from the distraction category. You might say, I get that. I like people who are focused. I'm not trying to derail your plans. I just enjoy talking to you. If she admires you, you'll notice her eyes soften because you've shown you understand her priorities and see connection as compatible. Miss this, and she quietly files you under, too risky to let close. 9. When she seems colder on the days she looks her best. Think about the last time you saw her really dressed up. Maybe it was a night out, a wedding, or even just a day at work when she'd clearly put effort into her hair, makeup, and outfit. You notice her and feel that punch of attraction, but when you go over, she's oddly distant, almost arrogant. Short replies, polite smile, eyes scanning the room. Most men read that as, she thinks she's above me. Often it's the opposite. The more effort she puts in, the more exposed she feels. Inside, it can sound like, if he rejects me when I'm trying this hard, that's going to sting for days. So she builds a careful, polished wall. Remember earlier when we talked about the version of her that never really softens, even when you're alone? This is often the source. She doesn't know how to relax without feeling like she's risking her whole sense of worth. Your move here is to notice her effort without worshiping it. You might say, you look like you're about to close a big deal today, or you definitely didn't just roll out of bed, with a warm smile and steady energy. Then you shift the focus to something real you can both riff on. When you treat her best-looking days as normal, and her normal days as chances to see more of who she is, you slowly teach her that being admired by you doesn't mean losing control, which is exactly what she's scared of. 10. When she only feels distant around you in shared social circles. Here's a pattern you'll recognize that confuses a lot of men. One-on-one, maybe on the walk home or over text, she's open, playful, even a little flirty. Put her in a group with you though, and she goes ice cold. She barely looks at you, acts neutral, and sometimes even seems more relaxed with other guys. You start wondering if you imagined the whole connection. Stay with me here, because this is where most men lose the girl they actually want. From our side, shared social circles are risky. If things go wrong with you, she still has to see you at game night, at church, at work, in class. So the more she admires you, the more she might try to keep things unremarkable in public. If she's warm privately but distant in the group, she isn't confused about you, she's protecting the ecosystem. The worst move is to sulk, withdraw from the circle, or flirt loudly with someone else to get a reaction. That only proves her right to be cautious. Instead, be consistently kind and low pressure in the group while allowing the deeper connection to live in quieter moments. When you're leaving, you might say quietly, "I like talking to you more when it's not a whole committee," with a smile. You're signaling interest, but you're also communicating that you understand the social dynamics. Handle this well, and you become the one man in her world who can balance attraction with social intelligence, which is rare and very attractive. 11. When she is warmer online than she ever lets herself be in person. You notice that over text she's playful, sends you memes, even opens up about her day. But when you see her in person, you feel like you're talking to her distant cousin. Online, you get paragraphs. Offline, you get half smiles and safe small talk. Most men either cling to the online version or get annoyed at the offline one and pull back. What's really happening is that the screen gives her control. She can reread your words, edit her responses, and step away if her feelings jump. Face to face, she feels every heartbeat on display. Inside, she might be thinking, if I look as interested as I feel, will he rush this or judge me? Your best response is to gently connect the two worlds instead of choosing one. Next time you see her, bring something up from your chat. Did you ever finish that project you told me about? Say it casually. You're showing her you see the whole person, not just her curated online self, and that makes it easier for her to let the warmer version of herself step into the room with you. 12. When she talks to you like a boss or mentor instead of a crush. You're sitting with her after class or at work, and you notice she keeps slipping into lecture mode with you. She gives you advice, corrects your wording, even tries to schedule your week. Most men take this as a sign she only sees them as a little brother or employee. Often, it's her safest way to stay close without admitting she cares. If she admires you, guiding you feels less risky than wanting you. Next time she does it, smile and say, "Okay, coach, but what do you actually like doing?" That line tilts the dynamic from authority back toward attraction. 13. When she gets competitive with you instead of affectionate. You're playing pool at a bar, doing a quiz at work, or comparing gym numbers, and she suddenly turns everything into a contest with you. She wants to beat your score, out-joke you, prove she's not that impressed. Most men either get defensive and try to dominate or back off thinking she's annoyed. Often, that surge of competition is where her attraction leaks out sideways. It's safer to challenge you than admit she's drawn to you. When you notice it, smile and say, "You realize you only compete this hard with me, right?" Then let her win. You've shown you're confident enough to play, not desperate to prove you're better. 14. When she acts indifferent after you show you're truly reliable, you help her move flats, stay late to finish a project, or quietly show up when her day falls apart. You expect extra warmth, but next time you see her, she's almost cooler. Most men feel used and either sulk or try even harder. Often, your reliability just moved you out of the casual category in her mind, and that surge of seriousness scares her. Inside, it can sound like, if I let myself enjoy this, I might really fall for him. Your move is simple. Don't chase a thank you. Stay steady, keep things light, and let time prove you weren't performing for approval. 15. When her mood drops every time you hint at making things clear. You're walking her home, sitting side by side on a couch, or driving after a date, and you finally edge toward clarity. You say something like, "I really like this. I'm not talking to anyone else." Or, "Where do you see this going?" And you can almost see the light dim. She changes the subject, looks out the window, or suddenly gets tired. Most men panic and either press harder or swear never to bring it up again. Remember when we talked about that emotional hangover after a great moment? This is the preventative version. If she admires you, clarity means risk. If I choose him and he changes his mind, I'm exposed. Your job isn't to avoid clarity, it's to lower the threat. Instead of cornering her with big questions, ground it in your own behavior. Just so you know, I'm treating this like it matters. You don't have to decide anything tonight. You've drawn a line for yourself without forcing a decision from her, and that often turns the heavy silence into relief, which sets the stage for what comes next. 16. When she punishes you with distance for something you didn't know you did. You're mid-conversation one day, everything feels normal, then after one joke, one comment, or one delayed reply, the tone changes. Suddenly her texts are delayed, her voice is flat, or she's busy for a week. You replay the moment and genuinely can't see what you did wrong. Most men either chase for reassurance or mirror the distance and quietly give up. Often what's happened is you bumped into an invisible line in her head, something that connects to an old hurt or private standard she never told you about. Inside, it might sound like, if he doesn't get why that mattered, he's not safe. The worst move is to act like nothing shifted. Instead, a calm check-in changes everything. You can say, I might be wrong, but it feels like things went a bit off after the other night. Did I miss something? Then stop talking. If she admires you, that combination of awareness and humility gives her a chance to explain instead of just resent you. And that's where real connection starts to grow. 17. When she uses politeness as a wall instead of a bridge. You're standing with her at a work event, in a shop she works at, or at a family gathering, and she treats you like a well-liked customer. Her smile is perfect. Her please and thank you are flawless, but you feel like you're talking to her public avatar, not the real woman you glimpse in flashes. Most men either accept the mask or get frustrated and pull away. Often, that extra layer of politeness is how she hides the fact that you affect her more than everyone else in the room. Inside, she's thinking, if I relax with him, everyone will see exactly how much I like him. Your job is to invite closeness without tearing the wall down. Next time she does it, hold her eye a little longer and say, with a small smile, you don't have to be this polite with me. I like the unfiltered version. Then, if the vibe is there, add, we should grab a coffee when you're off duty so I can talk to her instead. 18. When she acts like you're replaceable but watches you very closely. You're at a party, a mutual friend's barbecue, or scrolling through social media, and on the surface she treats you like you're just one more guy in the mix. She shrugs when you arrive, doesn't rush to talk to you, maybe even teases you about other women. But if you pay attention, she tracks everything. Her eyes flick over when you laugh with someone else, she notices when you leave, she watches your stories within minutes. Most men either swallow the "you're nothing special" message whole, or they try to impress her harder to get upgraded. What's often going on is pure self-protection. If she acts like you're replaceable, she never has to admit, to herself or anyone else, that losing you would hurt. Inside, it might sound like, if I pretend he's not a big deal, I'm safe either way. This is where your response really matters. The move is not to beg for special treatment or to play her game by acting like she's replaceable too. Instead, meet her eyes in one of those moments and with a light tone, say something like, you do realize I see you clocking everything I do, right? Then smile and change the subject. It's playful but unmistakably direct. You've just named the tension without making it heavy. From there, your job is to keep showing up as someone who has options but isn't playing games. When you combine that quiet self-respect with gentle honesty, you give her something rare, the sense that she can drop the I don't care act and still trust you not to use her feelings against her. That's when the performance usually starts to crack. 19. When she feels safer letting friends chase you than admitting she wants you. You're out with a mixed group and you notice something odd. Her friend keeps flirting with you, tagging you in posts, sitting a little too close. She doesn't seem bothered. In fact, she jokes, you two would be cute together, or playfully nudges her friend toward you. Most men take that at face value and either lean into the easier option or back out of the whole triangle. Often, though, the one who really admires you is the woman pretending to be the matchmaker. Pushing you towards someone else lets her stay near you, talk about you, even think about you, without ever having to admit, I choose him. Inside her head, it might sound like, if he really wanted me, he wouldn't get distracted that easily. Think back to that first moment we talked about, when she suddenly went cold right as things felt good. This is the social version of the same fear. Your response here decides everything. The worst move is to start dating the friend and hope she realizes what she lost. Instead, you stay kind to everyone, but you let your attention be clear. When you get a quiet moment with her, you might say, you're dangerous, you know. You keep trying to give me away. Say it with a smile, not accusation. If she admires you, you'll often see a flash of panic and then softness, because you've just named what she was hoping you'd notice all along. From there, you can gently ask more of her. More honesty, more time alone, without playing games with the people around you. 20. When her coldness is actually an invitation to slow down, not give up. Picture this. You're walking her to her door or sitting together after a long day, and out of nowhere she goes a little distant. Fewer jokes, shorter answers, more looking at the floor. Most men read that as, she's over it, and either push for a big moment to save things or quietly disappear. But often, that sudden coolness is her nervous system asking for a slower pace, not an ending. Inside, she might be thinking, I like him, but I need to see if he can read me without me spelling everything out. The shift is simple, but powerful. Instead of forcing intensity or backing away completely, you downshift. You soften your voice, lean back a little, and say something like, you seem a bit full right now. I'm happy just hanging out. No pressure, no sulking. When you can stay present without demanding more, you become rare. You're no longer the guy who panics at her walls. You're the man who can sit calmly while they come down in their own time, which is exactly the kind of presence she admires but rarely finds. Up next, discover how a woman greets you when she wants you, or learn the best questions to turn her on. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.